Hey guys, if you've ever thought of enhancing your home and garden and landscape with outdoor lighting, then watch this free consultation video. This is the same free consultation video that we offer to all our clients who are looking for help with their DIY landscape lighting projects. We're going to show you what are the best lights to use and the best locations to get the best bang for your buck, as well as how to create the best effect possible with those lights. So to get your free consultation video, email me your pictures at cal@lightingdoctor.ca or go and visit us at lightingdoctor.ca, and be sure to check out our try it before you buy it light, where you can actually get one premium grade fixture, and the King Innovation Insta-Light is a battery operated pack that allows you to go and test the lights out on your property before you make any big purchases. So hopefully you get some great ideas from this video. And again, to get your own free consultation video, email me your pictures at cal@lightingdoctor.ca or go visit us at lightingdoctor.ca and check out our try it before you buy it light and see what's going to look great around your property. Enjoy the video, and I'll see you again after.
Hey Rene, thanks for the pictures. I'll walk you through some ideas that you could use to light your property, kind of walk you through which lights I would use, and some of the best places to put them to kind of maximize the effects that you would get and really make the landscape stand out. A couple things to comment on is, I really like the brickwork on the house. I think that's a key feature and really important to highlight that. And then the large trees and some of the other pictures, I think those are super important too. So I'll give you some ideas for that. So looking at the front of the house here, what I would definitely want to do is start by highlighting the stonework. And the way I would do that is just by using some typical up and accent lights. They're going to give you about a 35-degree spread. They're going to be bright enough, but not overpowering that it's going to be so bright to light up the whole house. But the way I would probably do it is at the base of both of these kind of pillars by the window, or the wall by the window, I would have one shining up on each side of those. I would also focus on the entranceway here, so just beside the steps I would get two lights up here. And even though the one light would be behind this tree, I think it would create a nice balance on both sides of the entranceway, and at night it would still look really cool because you'd kind of get the shadow or silhouette of this tree on it. And then what I would do is continue that. You could do it two ways. What I would suggest you probably try and do to see what you like more, because both will be good options, is either have the light behind this tree that highlights this tree and then it's going to splash a little bit on this wall, or stick with the same theme, get it behind the tree just on the wall, and you get that silhouette. But I mean, a good way to do that is, we have this light that you can buy as just a try it before you buy it offer. So you buy it, it's a discounted rate, you order it, and then you can kind of play with it. You just hook it up to a 9-volt battery that we send you, and you can actually go and now hold it to these areas, and maybe have your wife or something have a look and see what you guys like more. But I think either one of those would be a good option. So I would do that, and then I would do the same thing on this wall here. The only difference here, because of a little bit wider wall, I would try and get the lights a little bit further back, because that way the spread's going to be a little bit wider when it hits it, and I would probably try and have them on the corners kind of angling up. So that's how I would start with the front of the house initially, and I would kind of keep that theme going along some of the side and stuff too, which I'll show you. And then also what I would do is, this is where I'd kind of stagger a few path lights. I see that you guys do have some in here. I wouldn't use a ton, but I would want you guys to get some in here. So as we go through these pictures a little bit more, I did talk about having those, and this is where maybe you might want to stagger some path lights, in here and in here. The way I would do that though is, wherever, say you have your path light, your uplight here shining, I would try and get my path light here, and then maybe here, and then the other accent light here, just so you're not having accent light here and a path light right beside it. You're kind of creating some space, and then you're creating different levels of light, some highlight and then some low light. And because you have the nice hardscape wall here, that's where those path lights look good, because not only will it light some of this, it's also going to shed some light down on the wall. So I'd probably put maybe 2 of them in there. And then same thing over here. Again, if you have a uplight here looking from the street, you might want to throw one here, and then kind of in between under the windows, so that when you're looking at it, again, you're seeing a light. Here you're going to see a path light, you're going to see some highlight, some low light, and again, some highlights. So that's kind of the way I would use maybe 4 path lights in that area. And then again in this area, I know from the computer generated images, you showed some taller trees, but I don't quite see those in there. So I would use some path lights again in here. And this is where you could just stagger them. I mean, you don't need a ton, more just to catch the visibility of the walkway. So if we're looking at this, again, this would be one, if you're having an uplight here, this is where you maybe want a path light, maybe a little bit more out here, so that it is kind of in between and balances those, but then it's still going to give you some light on the sidewalk. So, you know, you'd maybe have a path light here, and then you'd have maybe 2, I'd say probably no more than 3 path lights in each one of these areas, kind of like you have them now, right? You know, one over here doesn't have to be right on the walkway, because they are going to spread some light roughly around, you know, 12 feet or so, 10 feet, depending on how dark the area is. So you could put one here, and maybe stick one in the middle here, kind of where these rocks are, and kind of feature some of this grass a little bit, and then maybe another one in the corner here. I would suggest just, again, not too close to the sidewalk, because then there's that extra chance that they're going to get tipped over. And then for these larger trees, what I would do is you're probably going to want to use more than one uplight. I would suggest at least 2 to 3 uplights, and what I would do is increase the intensity of the bulb. So usually it comes with a 20 watt equivalent bulb. I would increase that to about a 35 watt equivalent bulb, and throw, you know, one, I would say at least 1 or 2 at the base that really shine up that trunk. You don't have to get them super close, but you don't want them super far either. So somewhere kind of in here and in here, so they get most of that trunk, but then a lot of that light's going to get up into the canopy as well. So depending on how many trees like that you have, I see the picture of this one here, so probably 2 on that one. I would do the same on this one, because you have 2 trunks. I would probably focus on 2 sides of the trunks, one on this side, one on this side, you know, so you're 4. And then I think I might have noticed some in the back as well. And I kind of talked about this area already with the uplights on the wall, the path lights in the middle, and then this is another area where maybe you want to throw another path light, kind of like you have here, you know, maybe even 1 or 2 down closer to the driveway area, and then 1 out here, just to create, again, some different levels of light. And then on this side, you know, we kind of talked about that is just placing them more under the window. So very similar to where you have them now, because you'd have your uplight here now instead of, assuming this is the same area. Yeah, this is still the same area. So yeah, assuming you have this light on this tree, or like we talked about, behind on the wall, and then that one, and then you kind of have the path lights in between. We keep walking around. Yeah, and like I said, on these islands, I think the 3 path lights, you do have this light, so I mean, I'll leave that up to you whether you use that a lot or not. If you do, you probably don't need the path lights there. It might be something maybe where you're just throwing them on the other ends, or more just on the corners here to light some of this sidewalk, and you might want to balance that on both sides if that's what you're going to do, and then maybe you just throw some path lights like you've kind of done here on the corner to help light the sidewalk. And this one, I talked about putting an accent light on both sides of this window to highlight the beautiful brickwork. This tree is another one you might want to throw an accent light on. The only thing I would do is, because this you're seeing from the street, I'd probably have this light more on the side here, so you're viewing it kind of at an angle. So you have that lit if you're looking this way, and then the house is lit if you're looking from the front. Yeah, so kind of, I would say probably kind of in here, that kind of lights up this way, and then you have just your lights that accent the nice stonework. Kind of been through all of this already. Again, I'm not sure if that's the same tree or not. I think that's the same front tree, as well as this one, but I think you're going to need at least 2 or 3. On a big tree like this, you might even actually want 3 lights, you know, 1 on each side, kind of surrounding it, because it is such a big feature tree. Yeah, on both those. So yeah, maybe 3 on this one, and I would say at least 2 on this one, getting both of those trunks. Yeah, and as we walk around, oh, and then yeah, this front tree again, this would be another one. This one you could probably get away with 1. It is a pretty big tree, so 2's not going to hurt it. Again, I would say probably from the street side you want to see it, and then you'd probably want to see it from your home, so you'd probably look at putting 2 on that as well. We've talked about most of these other areas, and then this is the only one. The only tricky part is you probably have to run wire all the way around, but this is it's an area where you could highlight this with an up and accent light, but maybe you want to just keep this a little bit more subtle, and maybe this is an area where you just have 1 or 2 path lights and you really just focus on featuring the front of the house with the accent lights. But an option would also be to put an accent light here and highlight this side of the house, because it does look like it is a corner lot. People would see that. That would also look well. It just depends if you want to switch things up and create a little balance. Some path lights in that area might work well. Yeah, and that pretty much sums it up. I think you got a great house, a great project to light it from. I don't know if you want to do anything with this tree that's in the back. This is something where, you know, I might look at doing something like this, where you actually have 2 or 3 of these in-ground lights, because it looks like that tree is in a grassed area. So these will actually sit right in the lawn, so you can just mow over them. So there's no maintenance. Or very little maintenance, and then you can kind of surround that tree, and that would look really well too. Looking from the street side, you'd have the house all lit, but then you'd have this big beautiful tree in the back lit, as well as the ones in the front. So I know it's a little bit of a long video. Hopefully that helps. Go what I would say, take those suggestions, go play around on sorry, I'm just trying to pull up. Go play around on the website, go to the shop page. You can see all the lights. These are the path lights I'm recommending. The up and accent lights, like I said, we would probably upgrade those for the big trees to a 35 watt bulb. So let me know how many of those you think you might need. And then if you like that idea of the in-ground light, how many of those you need. But I think if you let me know roughly how many lights you're thinking, I can put together some prices for you. I think we can easily do an awesome job within your budget. I just kind of want to get your feel for what you think of those ideas that I recommended, and I'll shoot you kind of a quick quote, but we can definitely move some things around. We'll make sure you have the right size transformer wire and all that stuff. So again, thank you so much for your video, and I hope this helps.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching that video. I hope you guys got some great ideas for your own do-it-yourself landscape lighting projects. If you want your own free consultation video, like I said before, email me your pictures at cal@lightingdoctor.ca, or go and visit us at lightingdoctor.ca, and be sure to check out our Try It Before You Buy It light, again, where you can get 1 premium grade fixture and a King Innovation Instalight battery operated demo kit that you can go and test those lights out on your property before you make any big purchases. So I hope to see you guys again soon, and again, go get your free consultations by emailing your pictures or visit us at lightingdoctor.ca.